Welcome back to the 24 hours here at the Nordschleife, here for racedepartment.com. Live was brought to you on simrace.tv. My name's Simon Smith, and along with my champ joking scout dad, Liam Jenkins. Oh yeah, Oscar Harden, Roy Magnus, and cameraman extraordinaire Simon Rish. We are bringing you plenty of action. It looks like we're going to have a bit of a drama going on for P11. We've got a driver swap which appears to have gone wrong for Simtech Motorsports GT2. Sitting currently in 11th position, 5 laps off the pace. They swapped to old Shane and Adam, who have been busy sharing a PC, but I don't think it's quite gone to plan. The car is missing from the pit lane. It's certainly not out on track, so we could suddenly be down to just 15 teams left, not even at the halfway mark. So we're going to be clutching at all the straws possible in old McDonald's farm to make sure that we get to the end of this one with some people intact. And that'll be a shame because we've not lost anyone for a good long while, actually, not since Cameron Chowdhury. So yeah, good while.
And what an amazing video that was.
Yeah. So just a quick rundown of the order currently as we approach the halfway part. 1 hour left to go until we hit halfway. We have Tomek Kampf still leading at the moment for Sim Racing PL for the Race team. 2 minutes and 26 seconds clear of Olaf Matzenbacher for online simracing.de. 1 lap down, back in the car, Vladislav Berlacher for Akuri Sim Motorsports. Back in 3rd position currently for the moment as Solux Pef for Simco Dream Team. The starts of lap 29 as he crosses the line, and he's got Jan Wim Ensing right behind him. That's a good little scrap going on in 5th position. Jan Wim Ensing has closed him in. 2 cars vaguely within each other. Everyone hold the phone. So let's stick with those. Just as we continue down the order of the GT2s, Rickard Helston is 6th for Torrent Motorsport Mobile, ahead of Boy van der Laar, Torrent Motorsports itself, 2 and 3 laps adrift respectively, with Markus Nofke 4 laps down for Virtual Endurance Racing. Roma Lubchik for Akuri Sim Motorsports, also 4 laps down in 5th in that category. 10th overall in the race championship is James Johnson for Roaring Pipes Maniacs, with the presumably retired Shane and Adam for Simtech Motorsports sitting in 11th, about to move down to 12th because Jerome Seesaw has just moved up onto that position. With Adam Egbeert sitting in 13th place, 6 laps adrift with the SC Motorsports. Matthew Colomb for Ace Kite Racing is 7 laps down in 14th, ahead of Neil Tasker in 15th, also 7 laps adrift for Ace Motorsports. And still going 8 laps down of Vladislav von Savicius for LT United. Out nips, 8 laps down, but still doing well.
Well, unfortunately guys, I have to take my leave of you now. So I'll probably be back at some point in the morning for the end of the race. But just want to say a huge thank you to Simon, obviously Oscar and Joachim and everyone else and Roy and everyone else who's been in the booth tonight, especially Simon Meliwish on the cameras. He's done a great job. And it's definitely an experience I remember, so in case I don't see you tomorrow, thank you all for watching. I hope you have an amazing stream, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.
Very much, Liam. Take care. Good night.
Of course, try and pop in before the race tomorrow. But just again, thank you to everyone who's made this possible, just the organisers behind the event. And yeah, so hopefully it's a good race finish.
It's been a pleasure having you.
So,
Mr. Simon
Smith, the commentary books. Joachim, look, there's us on the track together and everything.
Yeah, I noticed.
And look at him, Yamin Ensing, the Sim Racing VM. Oh, here we go. Is right going for it, and look at Pep. He's getting a little bit wibble wobbles on the exit, and it's almost as if he's trying to go defensive already. Yamin Ensing taking some of the curve there quite aggressively as they come over the top of the hill. Let's see who does what, where, and when as they come into some of the more tighter corners.
They're catching up to the other Megler as well. He's just a couple of corners ahead.
Ooh, double excitement.
But we have another guest. Gilles de Haan.
Yes, oh, did you pronounce that fairly good?
Yeah, I'm speaking to Marco and Remco for quite a long time, so I think I'm almost becoming Dutch now.
It is an easy language, especially the V.
Well, you know that Norwegian and the Dutch language is kind of the same, actually.
Okay, yeah, I can't tell that because I don't speak Norwegian at all.
No, but if a Dutch person speaks really slow, the Norwegians almost can understand what they're saying, and vice versa. So, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Simon, bring out your question book.
I might have to jump in over the top of you there,
Okay.
sorry, Jill, just because there is actual action out on the track. We're probably not going to get any more for another couple of hours. After
Camera's gone a bit funny though.
Yeah,
the camera's
press
having
F.
a bit of a spaz
Yeah.
out, so
Hello.
we'll get that sorted
We're
back
looking the
in
right
a
way
sec. Here comes Jan.
They're all going off the track.
They're fine. They're looking good on my cameras anyway, so Pet continues to hold off Jan Wilensing, but they're going to be coming around to some traffic very shortly. And that's not going to help matters at all. Nofke's in the pit. The Simtek Motorsport team have now officially retired, so that's them out. But here's Ensing right onto the back of Pet again as they go around some of these back end of the track things.
This is close. This is close.
Ooh,
Look at that line.
This is not going to work.
Well,
Loving that.
he just
Bit
gave himself some
optimistic.
breathing room now.
Yes, indeed. They've got Antoneklia just up ahead, so that's let the Simcoe Dream Team have a little bit of breathing space. I've not seen that before. That was starting to look like a race of champions.
Is this for race position?
Yes, this is for race position. Indeed, 4th and 5th overall in the race standings. That Corvette is looking very, very flary, isn't it?
What
Just
is,
not got
is
anything
that
on the front end. Here's the Lambo again. They got the rear and they're back together.
Jan Wim is driving pretty carefully actually, because his last lap he was about 10 seconds quicker, so I think he's still waiting for the straight.
Pet looks like he's a man on a death mission as they come up to the top of the crest once again. We've seen a few people lose it around this section.
And they're catching Adam Egberg fast.
They are indeed. They're not really on the same page in terms of speed as these two. Especially Ensing.
There it is.
Oh!
Oh, good job though. Nice bit of driving from the both of them there.
Yeah, and he didn't even spin the car. That was good driving. He's back on track.
Is it my eyesight, or was the guy in the Corvette smoking? Like, you know, the car was like smoke coming out the back.
Yeah,
of the
during
car.
braking.
Puffs of smoke.
Because of the lighting at night, it's what happens when you lock up. That's the smoke coming off the tyres.
Ah, okay, not his engine then.
No.
But now they're going out on the
That was a
straight.
huge pure of smoke there.
Corvette's just all over the shop.
Yeah. How will this go when they're catching Egberg? Will they take him down the straight?
It is a tricky car to drive, I can testify to that.
That is taking every risk, I can tell you. He wants to catch him, wants to be in his gearbox.
I think we've had a couple of driver swaps as well here now. Angelo Pedro has taken over the Ace Kite.
Adam Egberg is going very slowly.
Everything
In fact, he
GT2.
stopped.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
letting
he's
through
out.
that, yes. Oh. Ah, he's going again now.
Done this before tonight, hasn't he?
Does make me worried.
I think he actually stopped the car just to let them pass safely. because they were catching him fast.
Yeah,
Straight.
he was a back marker, wasn't he?
Yeah, but catching him on a lap or something.
Egger is about 6 laps behind.
Yeah.
Are 1066 Racing still going?
Well, considering I don't have the list ahead of me.
No, they went out a long time ago with disconnection problems, unfortunately. So no, they were long gone. There's
unfortunate.
Indeed, but yeah, Adam McPhee making a complete hash of turn. It's not going again properly now, but okay. Joachim, take the floor. You've got Gilles de Haan.
Gilles de Haan.
Oh,
Dude.
Well, I'm not that good at interviewing people, so I would actually prefer if someone else did it. Oscar.
Okay. Well, Gilles, you've obviously been out on the track yourself today a good few times.
Yeah.
How has the ring been treating you today? Because it's been pretty harsh to the majority of drivers.
She's a nasty bitch.
I started the race for my team, and my first 2 stints I had, after the first tank of gasoline, I had a small mistake, so I had to come in 1 lap earlier, but it was no biggie, so I stood to resume at the normal pace. And yeah, I just stepped out of the car for my last stint. Actually, that was a bit of a rush, because actually Jeroen Seizo, and as we call him, Sausage, he was supposed to do it, but we had a little bit doubts, because we weren't sure he had his setup straightened out, and so at the very last call, I decided for now, well, I'll take a stint. And you'll sort things out, so yeah, because the night is all about survival, so we wouldn't take any chances.
And that's all going well for you at this stage in the race, is it?
Yeah, we're currently 11th overall, and I think that's 5 in the GT2, so yeah, better than expected. Actually, we haven't lasted this long in the whole RDLMS Season 3 series.
So, you going to be getting back in the car anytime soon, throughout the early hours of the, what are now the morning?
The idea was that Sausage and me were supposed to tackle the night. So we are going to swap places until it's light again, and then I think Peters is taking over from either one of us. Yeah.
Okay, well,
I can tell you that it's really scary driving the Nordschleife at night with only the GT2 lights.
yeah, I've heard some horror stories about how useless they are.
Yeah, it's really useless. I was so happy when the GT1 was behind me, because then I have normal light.
Well, best of luck to you, and hopefully the consistency can continue to play in your favour for this race. Well done on doing this well so far and having yourself top 5 in class. Keep it going, and best of luck to you and the rest of your team. It looks like we're going to move along almost straight away to another interview, as Joachim's pulled someone else into the channel.
Me and my magic fingers.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Just one more thing.
Oh, yes.
Good job, guys. Good job. For the broadcast, for the organizing, everything. I'm really enjoying this event.
Thank you very much. We're enjoying watching you guys do the racing on the track and doing a fantastic job of it. Best of luck for the remaining 12 3/4 hours of this one.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, and we'll do our best just to finish the race, because that was our goal. Not the fast lap times, just finish the race.
Yeah,
it's an accomplishment on its own.
As we've seen, that's the key, is to just be consistent, keep it on the track, make sure your systems are all running properly, and you've been doing that, and as you can see, a rewarding top 5 in class at the moment.
Yeah.
Thanks for hopping in, and hopefully we'll talk to you later on in the morning.
I hope so. Okay, bye guys.
See you later. And also joining us in the commentary box now is John McLean. Hello John, how are you doing?
I am doing good.
That's good then. How's your 24 hours of Nordschleife been?
Well, I've been very tired. I've been drinking the Red Bull to keep me up. My mother has been making noise as well. She's been annoying me. But yes, the car is doing very well.
For sure.
But I think the rear end is looking like a Russian ass. It's not very good. It tends to be a bit how you say step out a bit, but you know, I'll get used to it in the next stint.
If you're trying to be Russian, it's a terrible accent. You sound much more Finnish than you do Russian.
No, this is my accent.
Okay. Why do you come up as English on TeamSpeak? This is slightly off topic, but...
I am on my friend's profile. So, you know. I like Russian pussies. Simon Smith is a fucking shit.
I'm sorry for
having a
that.
feeling that was a troll.
Ever so slightly. I get that feeling too. It's about as obvious as saying that people have ears. So, sorry about that. Anyone who's watching, we're trying to keep it as serious as possible. But there's just a few too many people being pulled into the comms box. I'll try and slow that one down a little bit. Still got a few people in here at the moment. But should quieten down soon. I'll get some commentary done.
Yeah, that sounds like a really bad accent impersonation.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. My friend is blah blah blah. Yeah.
We'll try and pull you through these early hours if you are sticking with us, and from what I can see, there's still 150 or so of you on the stream. Yeah, any of you still watching, keeping with us, currently watching the, I believe that is the leading Aston Martin. It's Sim Racing Poland.
Oscar, where can I look at the while I'm still awake? Where can I look at the like the current positions and that sort of thing? I'm looking at the live stream at the moment, but I can't see where Boy is in the race.
Paul, I'm going to admit to you that's exactly how I'm working off it as well, but I'm just looking at what I can from the live stream.
There's a widget there now.
I'm aware that there is some sort of .exe that you can run as a tracker, but it'd be a bit tedious to get running. I've had problems with my spectating through RFAT today, so I'm just following the stream as best as I can and keeping up the commentary from that angle.
Did you like push a button just now to make the widget come up? Is that... You know the widgets here showing all the cars on the live stream?
Yep.
Because no sooner had I asked and suddenly I can see that Boy's team's in 7th, which is pretty good.
I hate it when I can't ban a person.
Initially, I thought he was one of the drivers.
Yeah, he said to me that he was one of the drivers. That's why I went and pulled him in. But when doing a background check on him, I could find out that he wasn't even on the forum. So after speaking with Remco, he suggested that we should ban him. I suggested that we should ban him, but the problem is we can't ban him since he's not on the forum.
So, I see. So he's got access to TeamSpeak, but he's nothing to do with the forum at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving away from that and back to the racing. Just got Celine carving it up. Past the, I believe that's the lone remaining panels, and that's the Lithuanian team still circulating. doing a good job, and as we say, it's just keeping your cars on the track at the moment that's proven to be the best tactic. And Sim Racing Poland, current leaders, they have been the kings of keeping it on the track. As soon as I get my hands on results, I'll be able to keep you much more up to date with who is where and when.
I just wanted to check if your own Siso is driving around at a slow pace out there right now. There's something any one of you have caught up with?
While I was away stretching my legs, did I miss any action?
Just some idiots. And apart from that, everyone's still circulating. No more timeouts, disconnections, DNFs. Who's that in the pit lane?
I'll tell them make beer in 12. Let's see in. Jerome Shizu. Oh no, sorry. It's just because it's so dark and he's on the big long straight. It just looked like he was crawling at 2 miles an hour, but he's actually not. Don't mind me.
He's got his foot in it, has he?
It's a false perspective thing going on.
Just saw Sieta was running in 8th, followed by Lubchik in 9th. I believe that is 3rd and 4th in the GT2 standings. Torrent Motorsports still taking a 1-2 sweep in GT2 at the moment. Fantastic driving from them. And we're just looking at Jeroen Sisu driving along in 11th position. It does look very slow from Sisu actually. Is there a problem there?
Oh, it is slow. I
Yeah,
tell you what, he was going down the straight and I was thinking, you just look slower than everyone else, but I didn't know.
Maybe a right front puncture on that car. It does look a bit funny, doesn't it? And a left front even. It's down on the left. So
yeah,
he's obviously gone off into the barriers somewhere around the track.
Dear. So Shizu there. Straight in. Jerone's been in the car for a little while, the Sim Racing VN GT2 car, which is currently sitting 5th in class. And 11th overall. A little bit of drama, but he's got a good lap over Lee Palmer, who is currently running 12th. And Palmer is only just, I think, getting onto the Nordschleife part of the circuit himself, so he's got a good 6 minute advantage rather. No dramas there. As long as he can get the car back going in. As the two rear of the field cars, Milchaska and Valdus von Savicius, have now overtaken the Simtech Motorsports car in terms of laps completed. And so now 15 drivers are in one long list together.
I believe that the team names are still a bit off on the stream, as they have been all race long. Apologies for that once again, but it's just the way that these things go sometimes.
We've got a little blip in. Might as well jump ahead so that we make sure that the 20 questions finish before the broadcast is up. Question 8 of 20, because that then gets us ahead with 12 hours still left to go. Remember, send your answers to tishan@racedepartment.com. What was the first arcade game to feature a gearshift steering wheel and working pedals.
That'll be Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah, with the chocobo racing.
Did you ever get the Chocobo Gold?
The what?
Chocobo Gold. You could get like a gold bird.
No, but actually on the
You had to do a lot of effort.
veering off onto the
Sorry,
chocobo world.
sorry.
No, you just encouraged me now. So I've imported some chocobo games, and one of them is called Chocobo Stallion, which is essentially betting on chocobos in like a G1 jockey style game, which is pretty awesome. And you can. There's like a chocobo board game as well, and it's all in Japanese, and God knows what I'm supposed to be doing, but you can kind of flollop your way through.
Simon!
Joachim!
This time I've done my homework.
Okay.
I checked and I double checked the interior objects before I dragged them in here, so I know they're real people.
I love the way how you call them objects.
Yeah. You gotta focus on the job, you know.
He could be Australian though, because his name's Shane.
I'm Irish.
Well, it's Shane Burke, I believe.
Yeah.
He's the
Yep.
Simtech Motorsport owner.
Ooh, and they've just been our recent DNF from lap 74 completed. Was that a driver swap problem you had, Shane?
I took over the car from, I actually forget, but as it took off, everything went boom.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm really sad.
But to be fair, you nearly got to the halfway point. So, and you got some good laps in. Hopefully, was it you driving beforehand? Because you come up sharing with Adam, so we didn't know who was in before.
Adam never got to drive. We were planning to put him in the morning, so he'd be freshest. But
Not to worry, not to worry.
Yep.
So, are you going to have a lucky charm next time, like a 4-leaf clover?
I'll look in the back garden, see if there are any. But I hope.
Or at least get some luck of the Irish.
Yep, and at least we have great potatoes.
That is true, and it is coming up for Sunday roast, so that can't be too bad. But I mean, I've not seen you take part in one of these races before. Is this your first time you've been in a RDLMS style race, or?
Yep, I used to do a lot of R Factor, and then my laptop blew up. I took 6 months off. I had 1 month's practice for this, and first big race.
Fantastic. So, are you converted? Do you think you'll be back for more?
I'm hoping to do the V8 supercar at least, or maybe the RD LMS, hopefully.
Shane, are you using a PC now?
I'm using iPhone as my computer is doing my head in.
As I say, you can't have R Factor on the iPhone. I was getting a bit confused with myself there for a split second.
I'm still confused. How are you racing the game, Shane?
Well, the computer is on at the moment, but I don't have R Factor running or anything. I just have it on so I can use the headset.
Yeah, that's cool. Obviously, you use the computer to race in R Factor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
because the laptop is limited in, obviously performance-wise, frames per second-wise.
Yeah.
How long was your stint then? Just now?
Well, I got about 1.5 hours earlier with a really badly damaged car, and I didn't even get 1 second there. Just soon as I pulled out, it just stopped.
Were you driving the Porsche with no front bonnet?
No, I was driving the number 17.
black spiker.
Well, so you drove 2.5 hours straight?
No, I think Bert was in before me, and Daniel did a double stint before that.
Yeah, I can only manage about an hour. To be completely honest.
I was planning on to do at least a double stint, but
What's your team? Just out of curiosity. I'm not in this race, and I'm you know, I have no agenda, but just curious, really. My mate's in the
team.
race.
Oh, what car is he in?
He's called Boy van der Laar.
He's really quick.
He's with the well, his other team is Atlantic Racing Team, and at the moment he's racing for some team called Tom or something like that. He's 7th, I believe.
Not bad. How many GT2s are there left in the race?
I've got absolutely no idea, but he's racing for Torrent Motorsports.
Okay, what? Is there anything else that you want to add, Shane? Any more information you want to pass on to us?
No.
Okay, well, we've got Andreas Stankiewicz, who is one of the Latvians driving in the LT Panos, the sole remaining Panos. Very impressive drive there. Who has joined us here in the commentary box. How's your race been, Andreas?
Hello guys. Well, at the start we have good 2 stints, but later we have a little bad damages to the car. So we lost a lot of time, and now you see we're going the last in the grid. We trying to catch Neil Tasker.
Yeah, well, last is still no bad place at the moment, seeing how many people have actually fallen out of the race.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, we always expected for the Nordschleife to pick people off at every possible turn, and it's got disappointed in that respect. Down to, I believe, it's 15 cars now.
Yeah, it's a long track. It requires a lot of concentration, especially in night time.
Yeah, I saw you battling very hard with the other Panos involved in the race earlier on, first couple of hours. That enjoyable for you?
Yeah, it's very good experience in this track, because I drive first time in an event like this, so I enjoy it.
Your team, what's your strategy from now on in? I know you're running right at the back of the remaining pack and doing your very best to catch up to the guys in front, but any particular plan about that? Any changes that will be made to the car or anything along those lines to push yourself further forwards?
You know, strategy is very simple. Just catch the guys in front of us. Don't do any mistakes. Don't do damage to a car. So just carry on like that. Just drive safely.
Yeah, well, it's obviously, you know, you're not in the position that you'd like to be, but it's going well for you at the moment. Still running, almost halfway into the race. 12.5 hours remaining still.
It's a long time. It's a long time left, so we'll try to do our best job.
Do Joachim or Simon have anything else to add or ask you, Andreas?
Not at the moment, just a pleasure just to see the car still going. And hopefully you can get it home for LT United. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we want it. You're doing a good job, guys.
We like your livery, by the way.
Thank you. We heard that. We was laughing with Valdez.
Any guesses on how many people you think will get to the end?
I hope all of them, 15 teams will bring cars to home, you know. Okay guys, I have to prepare to my stint.
Thank you very much for joining us in the commentary box, Andreas. Sorry for keeping you waiting on your interview.
Okay, see you guys.
Yeah, see you later on. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay. So, back to the magical action that is going on out on track at the moment. Which, now that we are approaching the 12th hour, eventually things will start to very, very slowly become light again, with light at the end of the tunnel. And it's light at the end of the tunnel for all of us, I think, as we approach halfway, because then we know that we're actually closer to where we're getting to is from where we came. And I'm sure that's a Bible passage somewhere along the line that I've quipped out from somewhere.
Let's not get religion into it, Simon.
No, let's not. Otherwise we'll be here all day long.
Are you here all night? You and Oscar?
Yeah. Well, I know I am. I don't have a home to go to. Well, someone's got to keep the thing going for 24 hours.
So you and Oscar are basically with the responsibility of doing it all night?
Oh, poor old Simon Melhuish.
Can't leave.
Soldiering along.
Oh, you wish out is going to be with us.
Yes. Watching the broadcast at 7 frames per second.
I mean,
freaking out. So, yeah. We like to keep everyone entertained. And of course we've got the old 20 questions quiz, of which we are 8 of the 20 into, so don't forget to keep your answers going from that. You've got the chat box underneath where you can actually chat away to each other, of which we've got Simon Crane is back in Ole Marius Mirvold, Mr. Pinky himself still going on strong. And a few other of our regulars, Ryan Walker is in there too, I can see, saying that he loves Shane's Irish accent. Now, if he's a Scotsman and Shane's an Irishman, we just need a Welshman, and there's a whole load of catalogue of jokes that we could pull out for that one. Aside from that, we can pop onto Twitter and hashtag RD24HR and see what's going on there, because I don't think much. No, it's just Shane Burke was the last person to tweet something on that. Wonder, could I join the broadcast? You've been in, mate. And of course we've got good old Bookface itself. So there you go, fame at last.
Simon, did you get a list of all the quote-unquote runners and riders before the race?
Nope.
No.
Okay,
but they are available in the forum.
Yeah. Well, that's a precedent that should be set for you guys as you're broadcasting the race, because when the guys come in to talk, you need to know that they've been in a race, don't you?
Yeah, that's my job to check up everyone.
That's Joachim's job. Ha!
Not good at all. There's been plenty of retirements along the way. In fact, let's just take a quick runneroo through them all. Simon Crane for SRO didn't make it past corner 1. Neither did Morton Wernerson for Zeno Motorsports, nor Richard Blocker for Rare Endurance, nor Magnus Dahlgren for ME Racing. A big group fail of disconnections across the start-finish line. Mark Francois made it to lap 4 for SBI before he binned it, followed by Stolen Van Buren, who had drama and disconnected on lap 10. Janis Paulik lost a wheel on lap 18 before Bradley Vanian followed him in a very similar feat for Optimum Motorsport on lap 20. Patrick Jakowski retired his car but was actually on pouring tons of smoke out when it happened on lap 25. Same time that Andreas Smich went out for Speedmaster by OSR. Baz Zwartenbol, it says officially crashed out, but it was actually a driver swap. The car was ruined to begin with. Then Martin Bolge and Gary Allen went out on lap 33 with a crash, as did Alvin Nueves with an accident on the same lap for Waterloo Racing. Ole Marius Biervold for RMI disconnected out. Oh, poor Ryan Jochen. There's still getting over that one. Lap 40 saw William Tringus disconnect out for GPVWC, with Esben Tippel doing the same on the same lap for R4R Motorsports. Adam Kuzminski lasted a lap longer before the Sim Racing PL Raceboard GT2 team suffered the same fate, with Alex Ignatovic, Rising Power Motorsport, also disconnecting on lap 48. Nicholas Manchin had an engine failure in the pits in lap 55 with what looked like a drama of a pit stop that just went on and on and on, and eventually pop goes the weasels. Lap 55 also saw the retirement of Cameron Chowdhury for 05 Motorsport in the biggest upset so far this last 12 hours, going out from the lead with a loose, well, not a loose wheel, a dead wheel. And of course Simtech Motorsports, our latest retirement, 74 laps in, for the reasons aforementioned. That leaves us with...
What was that noise, Simon? Somebody else.
Don't know what it was, to be fair, but 15 drivers are still remaining. We've still got Sim Racing PL GT1 for Thomas Kampf leading the way. 1 minute 41 seconds clear currently of Olaf Matzenbacher for online simracing.de. Third for Vladislav Burlaka for Akuri Sim Motorsport. He's a lap down, as is Zarbol Peth, for Simco Dream Team. Still doing well. Also a lap down is Jan Wimensing, who is back in 5th place after ascending to 4th. Pit stops have rejigged that around, so we'll look for more change of that later on for SRVM. Then 2 laps down, Rickard Helston is in 6th for Torrent Motorsport Mobile, leading the GT2 category, just ahead of fellow stablemate Boy Vanderlaar for Torrent Motorsport. He's 4 laps adrift now. So there may be problems with that car. Just getting word from TMO Bossage that they've just had a failed driver swap, so there could be trouble on the cards for that one. He's also, I had Bonus Bolaric message me earlier on and say that his force feedback had miraculously returned. So obviously that car's got plenty of on and off switches and it's not quite sure what it wants to do. Maybe it thinks it's Kit from Knight Rider and it's come to life. 8 for Stefan Sita for Virtual Endurance Racing, 4 laps adrift as well, as is Roma Lubchik. He's back in for Akuri Sim Motorsports as he starts his 81st lap of the circuit. James Johnson is back in Roaring Pipe Maniacs in 10th position, 5 laps adrift, all on his Larry, just ahead of Gilles de Harme for SRVN GT2 in 11th position, 6 laps adrift, again very much on his own at the moment. Lee Palmer is still 12th position for DSC Motorsports, 11 laps adrift on lap 77 that he's completed. Also is Angelo Pedro, awesome name that is, for Ace Kite Racing Endurance, also 7 laps adrift. With Neil Tasker in 14th position for Ace Motorsports, 8 laps adrift, 6 laps completed. And Andreas Stankiewicz, who we just had in the chat room, already out and about for LT United. He didn't waste any time at all. And he's 8 laps adrift, and he's on his first lap out actually. Last currently of our runners that are remaining. So is the drivers continue to circulate round the tracks itself? Anyone got any ideas of any other races that, or tracks they would realistically like to go round on for 24 hours that you'd consider a challenge? Spa maybe?
Yeah, Spa would be good.
I think Spa's the only other track that lends itself to this sort of endurance race, really.
Silverstone.
Well, I don't know if anyone watched the Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona this year, but that was an absolutely fantastic race.
Don't they spend like half of it going around the banked turns though?
They do, but a race in which the top 3 or 4 of both categories were on the lead lap for pretty much the whole 24 hours. They're always a battle to talk about. Yeah, only I think it was 4 cautions through the entire thing. In an American sport where they call cautions for someone sneezing on the track surface. It was absolutely fantastic. So I really that's one. Obviously you've got Le Mans, good old classic there. Spa. There's a few others. Silverstone does lend itself to a 24-hour race, especially with its new complex. It just opens it all up a bit more.
We've had 2 driver swaps actually right now. Rickard Hellsten has climbed out and Petr Kosa has climbed back into the Torrent Motorsport Mobile leading GT2 car, and we have Janos Hegjärvi driving for Simco Dream Team, so they're now back down to 5th with Jan Wensing passing.
And that's the first laps that Janos Hegjärvi has actually popped in today, so he's chose the twilight hours to make his debut. So Janos, a very experienced sim racer, obviously deciding to prove his scruples out on track in the most difficult circumstances so that he could possibly throw himself into, so good luck with that.
Yeah, Wim Breeze, who is a fellow iRacer, has put Dubai for a 24-hour race. They obviously have one every year. I'm not a big fan of it. I've never found that the Dubai 24 Hours has been particularly good. The classes are just a bit too haphazard for my liking. They're not set in stone enough. It is. It's very. There's also another rule where you can't go faster than your qualifying lap during the race, or something like that. You get a stop-go penalty for exceeding a certain. Yeah, it drives me insane, and like there's about 3 cars per class and 7,000 classes, and the track's not all that fantastic. It's a bit too Herman Tilke-esque for me. Yeah, there's a few weird conventions in that Dubai race, and like I said, I don't like the track. Toyota Sebring, James Chant, like that suggestion. Massive fan of Sebring as a track, proper challenge. Wim Breeze saying apparently there's going to be a 24 hours of Zolder this year, open class GT endurance. Ooh. Sounds very interesting. Might give that a look.
Uh-oh. We think... Well, that'll be P7 then. Boy Vanderlaar, we think, is potentially actually an AI stuck out on track. We'll have to see.
Oh, that would explain the ping of 0 then.
Ah, okay. Because they said it was a failed driver swap, so he was wondering what was going on, whether Boy Vanderlaar just continued on regardless. This could be another man out, and we could be down to 14 before we get to half distance. We'll keep an eye on that one with a close beaded eye. Who else? Where else would I quite fancy seeing a 24-hour event? Road America.
Ooh, gotta love a bit of Road America.
Doesn't Laguna Seca do quite a lot of endurance stuff as well?
I only know of the American Le Mans series that does, I believe it's a 4 or 6 hour race at Laguna Seca that they do. Again, I could even be wrong with that, but
I don't know if it's still going actually, I'm just going to Google it now, but there used to be a really great website that had every single layout of every single racing circuit throughout the entire history of like racing ever. I used to go around and look at it so that I could make up races for things like the games like Gene Rally and MRO and things like that.
Gene Rally's a fantastic game.
Gene Rally. I used to run a league called Gene Rally Alpha, and it would be racing around the letters of the alphabet. Classic. Don't laugh. That was awesome.
I laughed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Make me fail. But yes, great website. I'm sure it's still going somewhere, but it's great because you can look back at a circuit, say like Silverstone's one that pops to mind, that's kind of reinvented itself very recently, and you can go back through all the different variations and layouts that they do for all different types of racings, and say like the F1 and how it's changed and where the start finish line moves around and so on, and you can find out little nuggets of goodness, and it's all very good for you to then do different layouts should you want to do a track pack of the same track together, I suppose. But yeah, thumbs up. I spied really loudly, sorry. That's what she said.
No,
Sorry.
No, there are definitely a few tracks that would lend themselves to some decent endurance racing.
Watkins Glen with the boot.
Oh, that'd be good fun, wouldn't it?
It would
A
have
bit
to be
high
with
speed,
boot.
24 hours. Have to turn the engines down a lot if you're running a track like that, as they do at Le Mans.
I've done 10 hours there.
What about
Not on my own,
Japanese tracks? Suzuka, Fuji. That'd be pretty good for 24-hour races.
Suzuka would. Is it Fuji? I just imagined Fuji would be too short. A circuit. I don't know why.
Why? An LMP car, surely it's still a good minute and a half, minute 45 second lap.
I suppose, yeah.
Well, it's still, like, granted, it's not the whole of the 8-minute lap that you've got at Nordschleife today, but it's still a decent lap time.
No, I mean, this is excessive. I do like the fact of endurance racing. It reminds me very much of like a very awesome like Bristol NASCAR race. I enjoy the fact that you've got to be constantly on your toes for traffic, and you're potentially lapping whilst being lapped, and that would keep me on my toes and constant drama all the way round.
Did you watch the Food City 500 fairly recently?
No, I have to say, you know when you're a fan of something but you don't necessarily ever watch it or do anything to do with it? That's kind of my relationship with NASCAR. I appreciate it, but I just don't have access to it because I don't have like the American channels, or I don't have Sky or anything like that.
Watch it on streams on the internet. It's what I do. Not that I can never do it. It's not 100% a good idea to do. I'll definitely not promote
for
it.
you.
I know, right? the police, they're outside my house now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to go. No, I mean, I can't access American stuff, but I enjoy the NASCAR and things like that. And obviously, Motors TV, they stream the Nationwide Series live now. So.
Oh, do they?
Yes. They also do all of the Grand Am races live as well.
Oh, okay.
So tune in for them because they are two very, very good American series that are worth a watch.
Absolutely. Okay. Oh, I didn't even know about that. Thank you. As Gilles de Haan has gone 7 laps down. I know it's lag. He's now 6 again. Apologies for that. The gap between the leading two now 2 minutes 15 seconds. If you could bring an F1 track from old or new back onto the calendar, what would it be?
Adelaide.
Good
Clermont-Ferrand.
Straight off the bat, Adelaide. I love it. I think it's fantastic in every single way.
Scott Woodwiss says Imola. Would that be pre or post chicane, I wonder? Adelaide was quite awesome. Oh my god, there's sort of an Argentinian track. I hope they don't bring back that monstrosity that went from like 95 to 99.
Forgive me as my brain goes blank, because I know exactly the one you're talking about.
Buenos Aires one.
That's the one. Buenos Aires. It was in my head. It was going, hello, I know what I'm trying to say.
It was just like an overgrown go-kart track. A bit like Hungary, but with even less drama. No one wants any of that. The only good thing about the Buenos Aires track was that it had that funky thing that reminded me of Estoril, where in Estoril you went up the chicane, and Buenos Aires you went down the chicane.
Yes, it was like the only elevation change at Buenos Aires, and it was this ridiculously tricky chicane.
Oh,
lost the car.
Roy van der Lars.
Yep, the AI was taking control of the car, and they couldn't make it to the pits, so they had to retire it.
Oh, what a shame.
Why is this with the AIs taking over?
So, how would that happen, Roy?
I don't know, they tried to do a driver swap and somehow the AI took over the car.
Is that just a known bug for R-Factor, or is it something that anyone can try and prevent, or is it just an unfortunate occurrence?
I have no clue. Don't really know. But now it did change the name on the car as well.
So the AI crashed the car?
No, the AI did actually drive it quite well, but you know, we can't have the computer driving around the circuit for an hour and a half or something like that before it has to go to the pits.
Yeah, see, as soon as he retires, you can see that actually it's taken over from Steve. It now switches to Stephen Diem, so obviously that was who they were trying to maybe change back to, but unfortunately not the case. Quite interesting. I wonder what kind of lap times the AI would have done in comparison to Boyd, just to see whether there's an improvement or not. Probably not, because he was running second in class, but never mind.
That puts an end to the Torrent Motorsport 1-2 then.
It does indeed. Now it's just a Torrent Motorsport 1. Sorry, sir.
Did Boy finish his stint, Roy? Did he finish? He finished his stint, went into the garage, changed over the driver, and then suddenly it all went wrong.
It looked like it looked that way.
That's a shame. That is a shame.
Absolutely, they've done very well throughout the whole race, so yeah.
Okay. Right, well what we shall probably do, just so that we can get back into the old thick of things, I shall wish Esben, Shane and Paul a bon voyage back into the chatty room, just because we're getting a little bit of lag between a couple of us in here, so we're not quite hearing exactly what's going on. So just to reduce the load on this TeamSpeak room, just going to move you all out. But thank you very much for joining us, and we'll probably have you back in at some point, maybe individually, but just not all together, because it's caused a bit of a problem for us. But thanks for coming in, Shane, Paul and Esben. Lovely, I'll just pop you back into there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're back in here, everyone, now. Good stuff. Okay, we've hit the 12-hour mark.
Woohoo!
Yay!
12 hours to go.
Oh yes, so 12 hours done. Then we've got
and no car to drive.
12 hours to go. Yes. Not good at all. No RMI car for Roy. Oh yeah. Okay.
And Neil Tasker's in the pits, I see. I think there's a driver swap there pretty soon.
I think every time I see someone in the pits, I kind of cross my fingers a little bit. Just in case I worry.
Yeah, I cross all of my body parts.
So he's in. Ryan Walker's back in the car, and Ryan Walker's off and away. Good old Scott.
And points for me for predicting this. Ooh, I'm good. And no, well, yeah, okay, I did read it in the chat a while ago.
I'm exhausted.
You're flitting back and forth like a horse. Draws, Joachim, what are you up to?
Oh, I'm just doing almost everything I can do to find out who that troll was.
Oh, okay. I was
And
quite
also
glad.
I've spoken with Boyfriend Lauren, his team. They were struggling quite hard to get that AI out of the car.
Ah, what a shame. What a shame.
Yeah. It just didn't sound that pleased when it happened.
No, I couldn't imagine. Especially 12 hours of work down the tube.
Yeah.
Hopefully, once they've calmed down and got it a little bit of anger out their system, they might pop in and have a quick chat with us.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
I see that Jan Wending also has made a pit stop 2 laps ago. Now Janos Hegiarvi is passed in the Dream Team car until they make their pit stop now in... No, they've actually had a pit stop. Hegiarvi has outpaced Jan Wending then. Pit stop. Interesting.
Very, very interesting.
They're not really that far apart out on the track either. From around 10 or 15 seconds, I guess.
Who are we looking at? Sorry, so it's still Hagavari and Ensing? Yes, they are actually quite close together. In fact, they're not even 10 or 15 seconds apart. They're between the start-finish straight and the exit of turn 1. So, Hagavari for Simcoe Dream Team. We saw Jan Ensing close in on the Simcoe team earlier on, didn't we? And he moved up into 4th in a brave move. Looks like he's going to have to do it all over again.
8.6 seconds on the clock.
Ba-ba-bum. Closer than a Gillette shave. So they continue on round.
I think actually Alvin Mensing is catching up a little bit. Got a little bit more pace just now. Well, it might be my eyes, but still. Got that feeling.
What was that noise?
Already? It's only been 12 hours.
Sounded like someone needed air.
That might be me. It's because I've not stretched my legs particularly.
Oh, Jan Mensing.
Oh, Yan. 5th position.
Yeah?
That's not the racing position at all. Oh, it's a bit wiggly, back going again.
It was a good place to do that, at least there was plenty of room. No trip into the barrier or anything. That was my theory on them. Well, 12 hours of racing and 3.5 minutes between the 2 first cars. And, well, 15 seconds now between 4 and number 5.
We've seen the 4th and 5th position GT1 cars being very close together on a number of occasions. We had that moment with them both a short while ago. Very, very close when overtaking. The Corvette seemingly being a bit more aggressive on its tyres than the Lamborghini was, and just causing, I think it was a Perth at the time, a few issues.
I see James Johnson is into the pits now from 9th position. James has been in the car for quite a while now, hasn't he? Well, yeah, he's been in since Chris Butcher climbed out some hours ago. so I suspect that we might actually get a driver swap here.
When you're in the early hours like this and everyone's getting tired out, you want to do as many short, sweet stints as you can, because as soon as you start running 2-3 hours, you run yourself down very quickly and force mistakes on yourself.
Yep, and the Robert Wiesner is behind the wheel.
Ideally, you'd do 1 hour at a time.
Yep, and it wasn't actually more than 4 laps ago that they were into the pits last time, but...
Maybe a bit of damage then, or incorrect fuel taken on board?
Oh! Wiesner braking very late for the first corner. Oh, off he goes. Or, what did I say? 6th one.
I think he's 6th in GT1 at the moment.
Yeah, he is. So we're down to the last 13 cars then.
We're allowed to drop out 1 per hour. So we've still got someone left at the end, that'll do me.
It may well be the case though, Simon, that's what happens.
Risk of trying to go ahead of myself. Question 10 of 20, anyone?
Oh, I'm up for it if you are. Although I thought it was question 9.
Oh, sorry, we are. Question 9.
You are getting ahead of yourself.
I am. I was so ahead of myself.
I'm barely awake, but I get the odd feeling, the odd sensation that I'm more awake than you are.
That is probably true. That's probably because I'm still in an Indian curry comatose. That was proper nice, actually. I'll give whoever it was that gave me that number. I think it was Liam, actually.
Yeah.
It was Chew. At least it was worthwhile bringing along just to give me a good curry. So, quite happy with that. Question 9, then, of 20. Don't forget, all your answers go over to competition at racedepartment.com. Which racing game was set as a reality TV show where you could potentially detonate buildings to eliminate your opponents? That is
I
again.
actually think I know that one.
Which racing game was a reality TV show where you can detonate buildings to eliminate your opponents or rivals?
I genuinely think I've got that wrong because I've not got a clue. I've gone out.
You have got that wrong.
Yeah.
But that's actually quite a good thing there. Sorry, for people who ask again. Which racing game was set as a reality TV show where you can detonate buildings to eliminate your rivals?
Not sure if I spelled it correctly.
Yep, correct. Joking.
Yeah, I'd never have got that one.
There's a second hint for that. I believe in a certain Race Department article I wrote, I put it down as my favourite racing game of the year that I wrote that article. So, I don't know. Depends how far back the archives go on Race Department. I've not wrote an article for a long while.
Only goes back a week.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
I was going to say, I won't bother writing anything ever again if it only goes back for a week. I like to archive my shizzles and stuffs. So yeah, all is good in the world for that. I'm just trying to think. Actually, I tell you what. Still staying on the racing kind of genre front. I bought a game that came out on Wednesday called Wrecked Revisited.
Not heard of it, but go on.
By the creators. The creators are called Supersonic, I think, and they created the game Mashed, which was for PS2 and Xbox 360.
Now Mashed,
Xbox.
I loved.
By the same people. It's supposed to be the spiritual sequel. It's a very much like it's like a cute racer, but much better than just a general karting feel because it takes like real life car. It reminds me very much of Blur, but like from a top-down perspective. They've redone it as a game called Wrecked, but unfortunately, it doesn't quite pan out as well as Mashed because they've really taken the focus off of having a variety of tracks. There's only like 8, and it's very, very quickly passed off. And although you've got the online multiplayer for 4 players going at each other and local offline 4 players, I don't know, there's something about it, and there's a really strange way how they've done the boost system, so that in order to use your boost, you have to brake, then press accelerator, and it's just so alien to do. It's like you couldn't have picked a worse way to do a boost button.
Why not double tap the accelerator quickly?
Yep, exactly. But no, it's brake, accelerate, accelerate. Why?
I struggle to see why you would make changes to Mashed, because for what it was trying to do, which was, from what I can remember, race cars around and shoot at each other until someone wins.
Yep.
Like I remember playing Mashed with my brother as a multiplayer game, and you know, I was a bit better at racing games, but the system meant that you couldn't ever get away.
Exactly, yeah.
You couldn't ever pull away, and it just made the game fun, and like you say, the variety of tracks and combinations of what could end up going on with what you can fire at other people and so on. It was just fantastic. I loved it. I can't see why you would actually change that formula, apart from maybe updating it and making it a little bit crisper. Yeah, exactly.
No, they've the changes that they've done have almost entirely been for the worst. It's a real shame actually, because it's one of the studios where I bought it purely on the studio name. I was a bit silly and blind, and yeah, I thought, oi oi, I just thought, oh well, I'll give it a punt because I've loved everything else that they brought out, and I have to say it's probably their weakest game that they've made to date. So, yeah. Give a try on the demo. I'm sure there's a demo kicking about of it before you can commit to it, but I stupidly was like, I'm having that day one. Silly.
Oh, fellas, I found a fight.
No.
14 and 15.
Lies.
No, Stanky Vicious has passed Ryan Walker.
Yeah, and
Walker was behind, surely.
Yeah, Ryan Walker had a lap. The last lap time was of 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh my god.
Well, the lap previous was 9 minute 14 and 9 minute 1, so...
What did he do? Go for a picnic?
That looks like it. Because Stankovic has had an 8:15, 8:47 after his pit stop.
Stankovic was on here no more than an hour ago saying, well, we're trying to chase down Ryan Walker. And
Done.
Look, yeah, job done. Next car.
Which has got a good lap to catch up on Angelo Pedro for Ace Kite Racing. These lot were all a lot closer, obviously, earlier on. Ace Kite Racing was doing quite well in the hands of Angelo Pedro, and then they handed over to someone else whose name's escaped me, and he promptly binned it, I think. But they're on the recovery now, and now LT United is off the back wooden spoon position. Ryan Walker's the one now that's going to be eating gruel off it. But at least he's still going, unlike the vast majority of the grid, which are already out. So everyone's a winner if you're still racing after 12.3 hours. Just to answer the question, who was it that popped it up there? The questions so far are all in the Nordschleife 24 Hours main event thread, and they're on page 3. I've put them all in the same post, and I'll just keep updating it every time a new one pops out. Was that someone I spied in the popping into the pits? No, that would have been excitement. Oh, it's Roman Lubchik. No, I thought I wasn't dribbling and seeing a mirage.
He has been quite a while in the car as well, hasn't he?
He has, actually. It's at this midnight hour where I turn to the end is near. Not really. We've still got 11 hours.
Show must go on.
Yeah, and it's looking like it is. For the remaining 14 cars, thank for correcting me what it is. It was 13, but that's wrong. It's 14. It actually looks a little bit like Stankovic is pulling away ever so slightly from Ryan Walker. Battle for avoiding that last position of the run cars.
Everyone loves a wooden spoon. Slightly off topic, a game that is not a racing game that I've picked up recently that I recommend everyone that has a PlayStation 3 at least should give a go is the game Journey. If anyone's heard of that.
Heard of it? Looks fantastic. Don't have a PlayStation 3, so I don't care.
No. Journey is it's a bit of an arty game. It's made by the company called That Game Company. They made the game Flower with the petals. That was awesome. Probably should stop the description of that game there and then. But basically, you are a kind of person that doesn't speak or do anything, but it's based as a co-op game, but you don't necessarily need each other to keep going, but you can work together if you want to kind of solve some puzzles to get across to the landscape to your end journey, which is like it's kind of treated like going off to heaven, but it's properly really nicely done. Excellent soundtrack, great graphics, good fun gameplay. Everyone that I've had play it so far seems to be won over by the fact that it's just sheerly awesome. So yeah, pick that up. I absolutely recommend it, and I believe it's actually just passed all the records for the fastest selling PlayStation Network game ever, I think. So hopefully everyone else will be enjoying it too.
Oh, and Ryan Walker is now passed under Stanky Vicious here.
Yeah, what's happened to Stanky Vicious? He's dropped behind, hasn't he? Only just. I wonder if he's made an error somewhere along the line. Because he was well ahead. Having raced with Andreas in quite a few open-wheeled events previously, he does have a habit and a tendency for going off the track and non-mowing some of the grassy exteriors. About the only time when we'd actually be on the same piece of track together. I remember him being teammates to someone called Balionis, and those two would try and out-crash each other. when
That's some teammate for it.
Yeah, it was. It was like I can do one better, and suddenly they're upside down. You just think, oh, okay, you win. Not good, but I think that was Andreas. I think, yeah, because they were both Andreas. That was why it stuck in my head. And it was like Team Lithuania. And you just think, oh no. I remember seeing those cars coming up to battle me, and I'd always kind of think, should I just get out of the way for safety?
I will destroy you.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, you don't need enemies with that kind of friends.
Oh no, oh no. But he's reeling in Ryan Walker quite quickly once again in the battle for the wooden spoon, 14th and 15th position, and that's because Ryan's not even going straight flat around some of these corners that really should be flat. They've got Yanis Givari coming up to lap the pair of them as well. And Ryan, I think, is a little bit timid around some of these corners because he really does feel like he's not defeated, but he's playing the percentage game to ensure that he doesn't ruin everything else for the rest of the team. If you look at the lap times for Walker, he's done 30, but before that it was a 9:03. Then we've got poor old Stanky Vicious last time round done an 8:50. So 13 seconds distance as Givari goes through.
Just a little fun fact. My lap time in the pace car is currently 7 hours, 32 minutes and 51 seconds.
Well, ain't that 732 minutes?
Oh yeah, sorry, it is. 7 hours is a bit short.
Yeah.
733 minutes, that is.
Mary and Joseph. So continue on. Stanky Vicious onto the back of Ryan Walker. Great to see some actual on-track action.
And right behind him, Jan Mensing is catching up as well to go a lap ahead.
Indeed. over a quarter of the field is in your screen.
There are actually 2 battles, if you can count the one Vimensing and Hegivari, sorry. Battle, and they are around each other at the same part of the track.
Always the way, you find that things just seem to clump together. But yep, continuing on, and that is Ryan Walker just lifting through Jan Wimensing, and I think that's going to displace him and allow Stanky Vicious to have a go as they go up to the top of that crest. It didn't quite work out. Stanky Vicious continues to hound them as they go around one more of the written on things, one more corner to go, and then they move on to the back straight. And there's Stanky Vicious just getting himself a bit leery on the exit and driving onto the inside of the grass. Didn't want to do that because that's lost him ground as they go onto the straightaway. And that could well save Ryan Walker for at least another couple of corners, depending on how he sees fit. There you can see the illuminations way up into the distance already as Ryan Walker doesn't feel the need to defend. Stanky Vicious into this corner. He may well feel the need to defend down into turn 1 at the start of the lap though, I think, depending on how he brakes into these next couple of turns. Not necessarily lifting up dramatically there. Stanky Vicious better on the brakes, better under acceleration too. I don't think he's close enough to have a go down into turn 1. It's going to be quite an interesting look though. Not close enough at all. Walker's got the legs of him as they cross to start lap 83. No they don't. Lap 82, sorry. And Stanky Vicious once again takes stock up against Ryan Walker. We'll see how that pans out.
And Simon!
Oh,
we have a visitor!
Indeed. Is that Valdus?
Yes, it's Valdus. I'm team manager of LT United.
So, how do you feel that your driver is currently on screen about to have a go at Ryan Walker?
Of course, I feel very well. And I feel very well also of that you liked the skin, which was painted by your visitor.
It's Oscar's favourite.
I could explain this idea of this skin, if you want.
Okay, go for it. Although I might have to shout over you if your driver has a go at Ryan because he is sizing him up. Yeah, explain away.
Yeah. You know, I decided to take example from Columbia Challenger, which is you know, going from atmosphere, going from space to atmosphere of Earth, and when the nose begins to shine and all this.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It was idea taken from this screen picture, and I put it on our hardware for this race. That was done.
Oh no, I get it now actually, because I know exactly what you mean, just the point where it hits the atmosphere and things start to burn up slightly.
Yes.
And you just think...
That was the idea, because I...
Oh, and it's past.
Oh, Stanky Vicious dives through, and he's just yoinked the position from Ryan Walker, who seemed to be scared off the track. You're no longer in the wooden spoon position now.
I think that Andrews Andrews used to this car, used to this track. Before the start of race, he felt not fully prepared because he was always concerned about bad last sector. He couldn't remember all the curves of last sector. But now I think it's all okay.
Cool. Well, now you're up into what is going to be 13th position at the end of this lap, so that's going to be good. Surely it's just a case of just making sure that the car can get home now.
It seems, but mostly I'm afraid a little bit of this communication problem. Not the problem of our crew. You know, too many guys today lost their races only from this threat.
Oh, fingers crossed it doesn't happen to you guys. We should be cheering you on as we're cheering on everyone.
Yeah.
No.
You know, today in the morning, when I saw this nice video about Nordschleife, this in reality one. Where Mercedes was going on the track in the media forum.
Yeah, that with the Porsche and the Mini.
Yeah,
yes.
And after that I wanted to make a short post that I liked this inspiring video, and to wish also for everyone good luck, not in this virtual races, but in real life. Want to stress these connections. And at that moment your server...
Yeah, that was when the forum broke down.
Yeah, broke down. I was very disappointed and very astonished. But when I phoned to Andrews, he said yes, this problem was on your side, not ours.
Well, it's only computers, stuff happen.
Oh yeah. And
That's faith.
we go on and continue, and we'll find ourselves locked into a server probably in about 4 weeks' time, doing exactly the same thing, wondering exactly why we're all here, but realising that we love it all anyway. No, thank you very much for joining us, Valdis, and best of luck for the rest of the race. Still got...
We need all this luck.
See, oh, that's you can go away, but no, thank you very much. Yes,
and I actually think that Jan Mensing is about to see Janos Häggijärvi. Häggijärvi, I got to get this right now too. On his screen, I
now
don't
you
know
can't
when it's
say
gone.
names.
Yeah. Well, Häggijärvi for Simco Dream Team, and I guess he will see him now. Yes, he does. Out onto the straight, so. Oh. Well.
Yeah, because we're just noticing actually it is starting to get a lighter shade of blue in the sky, because we're hitting, what will this be? Just about gone 2:30.
Yeah, it'll be
game time.
It's heading towards the 3 or 4 a.m. where you start getting the glimpses of sunlight.
Just jumping into the conversation in the chat room with only Marius Meervold.
Robert Vistor is pointing the wrong way. Where is this? This is Grand Prix track, isn't it? Yes, it is. The exit of the hairpin. Facing right away now.
Damage. 9, Robert Wiesenmüller.
Yeah.
For Roaring Pipe Maniacs. That car has been in more wars than, well, than George Bush. Back on his way as he starts to go into the actual Nordschleife section itself. Mr. Meervold. I've not played Mario Party 8, but I do have number 9 and I do quite enjoy it. Just because you're moving along in one vehicle, it doesn't necessarily make much of a drama. It's just that you go around the map together, but you take turns as the leader, and whatever you're doing as the leader kind of causes problems. That is Wiesenmüller off again, is it? In P9? It looked like it to me. I think he's back going again now, but he's obviously having a bit of a scrappy lap. But yeah, in Mario Party 9, when you're in control of the vehicle, if you go over something that's going to make you lose stars or gain stars, then it will only affect you, it doesn't affect anyone else. So it didn't really affect the overall gameplay that much, because you're still rolling the dice. So I thought it was a bit of a strange change to make, because it doesn't affect you too much as the actual game itself.
Well, it is somewhere around 4 or 5 seconds between Egivari and the Ensing now.
He's running him in.
He is going slightly faster all the time. The other Ensing did a 8:19 last lap. Egivari did a 8:19.
Catchy monkey.
576 and 0.581.
Very slowly, catchy monkey.
Oh, sorry, I must have double clicked on the same name. Jan Mensing did a 8:17, so we picked 2 seconds on the last lap.
Getting slightly off topic, I don't know if anyone in the chat room's also played this as well as the chat box. If anyone's got any opinions on the new SSX game, I'd be most interested, because that's next on my wish list to probably get, because now it's dropped to a slightly cheaper price than its release price. Quite interested in it, so if anyone's got any opinions, please type away for me.
And now everybody has passed the custom test DNF'd. Top 14 is now top 14. I think Jan Mensing can smell blood. Really reeling him in now. Down bridge at odd now. Going up now to Bergvik. On leading up to long flat out section up the hill.
See visually just how much he's closing down, actually, to be fair. Everyone is saying, actually, in the chat room that the Lamborghini sounds the best. You can still hear it in the background of everything else that's going on, so... Just being told actually Boy Band of Mars the person that made the sounds for that. So maybe he's now sitting in the broadcast watching and enjoying his sounds.
It's a beautiful sound.
The kind of sound you'd package up and give to your mama. Made apple pie.
Maybe I should make a recording of this and put it as a ringtone on my phone.
Reminds me of Crazy Frog. Ding 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 ding. My God, shoot it now.
No need to throw it in the fence just yet.
No one else is allowed to throw it in the fence anymore because we've only got 14 left. I'm starting to feel a bit precious with everyone. So it's not allowed.
Gap has to be under a second now. Can't be anything bigger than that. Gotta say that everybody sounds a bit finished, but Janos doesn't, so but oh, Simple Dream Team, I guess they're Hungarians, so hold on. Of course, Sim Race for anything Netherlands, the Dutch guys all the way. Pretty much in the name of the team. Oh, into the wall!
Jan Wimensing!
And he has to start again. Oh, sorry, that's lag. Huge lag on my computer. About that? I thought it was going off really hard into the wall.
I'm sure he'd hit the wall at some point because it looked like as he came off that he smacked the left hand side and went across to the right. But maybe that was just by my camera angle. But yeah, it's
Gap stretched out a little bit again then.
Just going back to there's a conversation going on between Magnus Dahlgren and someone else was asking me Ole again, Lara Croft. Yes, I do quite like the Tomb Raider game series. Actually, they're good games. I know they're not racing games, although they do have like bike sections and car sections in them. I think they've been heavily overshadowed by the Uncharted games that have come out recently, which has taken... That should have been where Tomb Raider needed to go, I think, in order to keep itself relevant. But... no, I'll be interested to hear what this new Tomb Raider reboot... Why do they insist on rebooting things these days? Can't they come up with some original IPs anymore? Or just sticking, like, instead of having a Mod Nation Races 2, they've now called it Little Big Planet Karting because Little Big Planet sold more, so therefore they just borrow the name. It's like the new Dirt game that's coming out in May is called Dirt Showdown. It doesn't look like it carries anything. Who spun?
Robert Wiesenmüller.
Wiesenmüller and P9 once again, wrong way round. And is that on the Grand Prix circuit again? What? I don't know why Wiesenmüller is struggling so much on the Grand Prix circuit, because that's the easy bit.
Yeah, my guess is that because of the big big zones on the outside of the circuit. He could push a little bit more there than he probably should. And I did actually catch Janne Mensing on my screen going straight over the final chicane on the Grand Prix circuit. Oh, he's really pushing to get past Hegivari.
Indeed, Robert Beason will off your screens though, really butchering some of these corners. He's not even able to keep it on the black stuff. I think his days could potentially be numbered if he continues to drive at that kind of capacity. Well, we'll soon see.
Got 4 seconds on the clock between Hegivari and Wim Mensing.
So it's coming back down again by the looks of it, as Janne Mensing tries to get himself going again.
Turning off and on his lights. Ice cream. Something going on there.
Oh, I'm just going to grab myself a quick drinky poo. I'll be 2 seconds. I shall leave you in Roy's more than capable hands.
I'll pull up my sports again and take another. Time difference between them. Closing down is closing down. It's 3.5 seconds now. Janne Mensing and on the mission. Last lap of Janne Mensing was on 8:19.2 and last lap of Janos Hegivari was 8:18.6. That is much down to the off that Wim Mensing had. Still playing with his lights. Don't know what for.
Well, like we've been informed by Simon Meliorich, if you keep turning your lights off for too long, you will be disqualified.
Yeah, that happened actually in the first race in the last season of the RDLMS, but for quite a lot of the teams though. So, yeah, probably not the wisest thing to do now in the dark.
No, it's looking like to me the sky is now purple as opposed to blue-black. No doubt,
yes.
Given another 90 minutes, we'll see the first tinges of sunrise, beg your pardon. Sunrise! Oh, sorry, it's 20 to 2 in the morning, I'm not actually awake. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Wim Mensing can see Hegivari now. Again.
Did I miss anything?
Oh, not really.
No. Well, it's definitely getting nicely, yes, I agree with Mr. Man in my ears. Someone's popped in the chat room that apparently I sound slightly ironic there. I don't know by what they meant. I wasn't singing an Alanis Morissette song, was I?
I found an Alanis Morissette album in my house the other day.
Oh, which one?
I have no idea.
Is it the one with all the popular songs on?
I imagine so.
Jagged Little Pill, isn't it? The one that has the I love you, you remind me. That one where she screams a lot. You all know, that's it. That's the one.
That one. Yeah, that one.
Strangely, we're still able to make that out. Simon Smith, good on you, Ole. Sorry, slightly ironic. No, Ole, that wasn't meant to be ironic at all. That was meant to be bigging up the pinky. Nothing wrong with being expressional.
There is nothing wrong with the colour pink whatsoever.
No, there isn't.
There is nothing wrong with associating a man with the colour pink whatsoever, unless that man is one of those people with spiky up hair who thinks they're it and walks around wearing pink because they think it makes them more manly. Then
oh no,
that's
that's the metrosexuals.
Yes.
Who are like, I'm so hip and
I'm so with it that I'm wearing pink because it makes me more manly and more cool. Well, no, technically no, that's not true.
I'm so in love with myself, I've decided to wear pink so that I could turn myself on.
Pretty much.
In my male-femaleness.
It's like, congratulations to you on that, but everyone else thinks you look like a bit of a tit. Excuse the French there. Yeah, that sort of mentality bothers me, but people wearing pink does not.
No.
Or indeed, Ollie, having pink Wii remotes.
No, pink Wii remotes are good. Or, if I just like to clear out myself, having a, I like to call it lilac PSP. It wasn't my fault that actually buying my PSP £40 cheaper than buying it in black swung me that way, even if it did come with a free Hannah Montana game. I don't care, I got it £40 cheaper, I would have done it.
How was the Hannah Montana game?
I will take one for the team if it's going to be for Hannah Montana. Because if you don't look at, I was going to say you don't look at the fireplace when you're poking the fire, but it's like when you don't look at the outer shell of the PSP when you're playing the game. I don't care if it's a lilac, and too busy playing Loco Roco.
I don't know what's slightly more upsetting about all of the statements there. That your PSP is lilac, that it came with a free Hannah Montana game, or the fact that you own a PSP. I can't decide what's more upsetting.
Oh no, the PSP, do you know, I only bought the PSP actually in January because the PS Vita's now come out, so therefore the PSP catalogue seems to have crashed in like pricing. So there's quite a lot of decent games on the PSP. It seems to have had more obscure type things. The Loco Roco series is awesome. Obviously Katamari is on there. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core and all of those kinds of things. Quite a lot of
I've never been able to get along with Final Fantasy.
Oh, it's such a Marmite thing. I think RPGs as a game genre as a whole is so Marmite.
I don't have a problem with role-playing games in general. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that I've thanks for that comment. I've fairly recently enjoyed a certain role-playing game, RPG, as it's called more traditionally.
If you're going to say something like Mass Effect, then I don't consider that to be a proper RPG.
I sort of am. I'm going to say...
Yaman Instinct on the grass.
That's not the racing line, unless you're showing us something new there. No, I am going to say something a bit like Mass Effect. Not Mass Effect 3, obviously. That's a silly game. I'm going to say Alpha Protocol.
Okay.
Which I got on Steam when it was 90% off for £1.97.
I do like a Steam summer and winter sale.
Exactly. It's like this game that's got all of the Mass Effect programming on it and a bigger character web than Mass Effect is now £1.97. Okay, you talked me into it. I'll have a go.
It's on, guys. It's on.
Here we go. Never mind that. We've actually got a battle to talk about. Can't pass up this opportunity.
It's true. We've got Gianni Mensing back onto the rear bumper of Jonas Hagavari, who is not having to feel the need to defend just yet as they come around some of the fastest corners on the track on their 92nd lap, 13 hours exactly into the broadcast.
Seems like the Lamborghini has so much more speed up there.
Quite surprising. As we dive one by the drive, the other Yaman Insting's got the inside line. It's going to be Saito, so goes if he goes through. He does indeed squeeze it through. That wasn't necessarily a good place to overtake, but he's done it nonetheless. And he blasts
that is classified as a brown trousers corner.
I'll tell you what, you need to open a laundrette. There's a whole lot of brown going on. There's Yaman Insting. Look immediately at how quickly he's pulled away there from Hagavari. Into fourth position then for SRVN and down to 5th for Simcoe Dream Team. Not quite the dream that they were hoping for currently. Still 11 hours left to go. Dear God. But
I guess Hagavari will have to go in on either this lap or the next one.
His tyres have shot to pieces then.
Look that way when...
well, it is 8 laps and he was into the pits last time around, so he has to stop for fuel now. Shortly.
Now on board with Petakasa, I think is what I'm meant to be saying there.
Also, yeah.
Still leading in the GT2 class. Behind someone who's kicking up plenty of smoke from their tyres. Fantastic drive from this Torrent Motorsports mobile team.
Yeah, they haven't really put the foot wrong 12 hours.
Yeah, absolutely dominant.
Well, 13 hours, isn't it?
13. I've not been at this for 13 hours, have I? I need a shower and a light. In that order.
I was going to say in that order.
In that order. The shower must come first. I can't have a light in this state.
Actually, Ryan Walker, we are watching up ahead from the not, I guess, or Petrocosa, and Shield the Han is actually popping up ahead of them as well.
It's like a quarter of the whole field in one little chunk of track.
Yeah.
Group hugging.
And I see Joachim has posted a picture of our race control room. How it looks at us. Yeah. How it looks where we're sitting right now. Someone's laughing.
Ooh, very profesh. I've noticed that in that picture there's a distinct lack of beer.
Yeah?
Gotta keep sober when you're racing.
What? This could be my problem, but I've just found out all along.
Well, neither Joachim or I drink, so there you go. No beer.
Revelation.
Yeah, I've just noticed that a certain George Talbot has made his presence noticed in the stream chat.
And Hegivar is on the way into the pits. 5th position. And Jan Mensing is entering the pits as well, actually.
Yeah, they're both, and that surprises me actually. I didn't think they were going to pit together.
Mensing actually has gone a lot shorter than Hegivar did. Oh, in their station.
I thought they were going to be sharing
next to each
stuff
other.
then.
Brilliant.
Who let them dogs out? Oh, you like pictures?
Yeah, thumbs up for those. Oh, I needed to thumb those up actually. Like my status. Anyone seen that horrible song? It's like well, it's
No.
but it's a man who's quite blatantly dressing as a woman, saying things like, "If you like my booty, like my status." I think, oh dear.
Is that Nicki
watched
Minaj?
No, but
It's
it
Simon Smith.
doesn't sound too much different.
It's Simon Smith.
Sorry, you just said a man evidently dressed as a woman, and that's who came to my mind.
Although I have my other half posted that they'd heard the worst song they'd ever heard in their entire life, made their ears bleed, and it was a Nicki Minaj song. I can't remember what it was called, but I
It doesn't
watched
surprise me.
and I was disgusted, and I had to listen to lots of other music for a good couple of hours.
Yeah.
I remember this from the broadcast meeting we had earlier.
Oh, did it come up there?
Yeah, it did. I
Yeah.
remember as well.
Sorry. See, that's how traumatic it was.
I remember after the Brit Awards this year when Jessie J went and won everything completely unnecessarily because she's talentless, useless, and doesn't actually make music.
I don't even know who that is.
Exactly. I went into college and I was
She's
really
the one.
annoyed by it all.
She's the one who makes a song where she doesn't care about money, but she takes money from people who wants to buy their songs.
I'm so glad I don't listen to what's in the charts and just follow my own artists.
See,
I don't. Of course, I was into the pits as well.
I don't
see.
choose to listen to this
Ooh.
music, but being in a college means that the majority of people do.
No.
And they're bigger than me, so they plug their iPods into the speakers and I don't say anything about it.
Sounds slightly bullied there.
You should start listening to Example.
I would do that, but then I like listening to music that I actually enjoy.
You should enjoy Example.
A lot of car in pits
Good artist.
now, guys.
Yeah, it would appear that this is the pit window for the GT2.
Vicious, Walker, Hilde Hahn,
Yeah.
and Peter Kosa.
Well, for him, that is a quarter of the field. Well, just more than a quarter of the field. Almost a third of the field in the pits all at once.
And the Andre Mensing leave the car over to Bram Bielen for Simracevereniging Netherlands.
Can I make a camera request? Can we look at the pace car now? It's dark, so it looks great now. The pace car actually has working lights on the number plates.
Oh, I see we had a driver swap in the LT United car. Valdas Von Savish is now behind the wheel. Ryan Walker and Peter Kosa has stayed behind the wheel of their cars, and so has Hilde Hahn.
Von Savicius sounded like he holds the wisdom of the world when he speaks.
He did. It was fantastic.
He could have talked out fables all day.
I've got to give props to Scott Woodwis, who said, "I hate it when people on the bus play music out loud, although I consider myself
Yes.
higher up than them as it seems I can actually afford headphones."
That
don't
is such a
think the
pet
bus-
hate.
It's very true.
I have
Very
my own
true.
car. Woo!
Same as people walking across the street in groups, kind of listening to music, quite blatantly in the middle of a shopping centre or something like that. And you just think, really? Really? I don't want to listen to your horrible gangster rap as I'm busy shopping, deciding which can of value baked beans I need to take home for my toast. Ryan Walker moves up into 13th position as we say that, past Vladislav Voncevicius, the two, I don't know what I've changed his first name to, but the two are just a couple of seconds apart from each other actually, 13th and 14th. Again, pit stop affected because I think, oh no, they were both in, weren't they?
They were both in, yes, but the LT United team did the driver swap, so they did stay in there for a little bit longer. So the Ace Motorsport car did.
Voncevicius immediately on the attack by the looks of it, and Ryan Walker has been the quiet little pussy this evening. Desperate to move over.
Like in a cat?
Certainly hope so. I've really been looking at now for
oh, Voncevicius is on the grass. Sorry, he's just completely mucked up that corner at all. Is he going to mend up in the barriers? Yes, he is.
Yes,
P14.
He's going through the ozone layer.
Is that going to be a puncture? It looked like quite a heavy impact.
It was, because it was one of those, you know, you get those long looping spins that just look like they're going to cause mass damage when you clout the wall. Somehow he's managed to keep himself going. I thought he was joking, sorry.
Oh dear.
How can you have pussy energy drink? That's got to go in the chat room. Sorry, we're all giggling like little schoolgirls because of this guy. Oh, it doesn't let you copy. Oh, it does. Let you copy.
Well, doesn't really look like there was a puncture to the car of Valdes Voncevicius. Because he's going as he did for the hit the wall. And he is about to be passed by our GT2 leader Peter Kosa. Current Motorsports Mobile.
He's still driving a faultless race, isn't he?
Healthy energy drink.
Bye bye, Magnus.
There's Bladak gonna lap down now.
Magnus Dahlgren is leaving us, guys. We should say bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Ah, good night, Magnus.
Sleep tight. Don't let
Pleasure to have
bedbugs
you.
bite.
If they do, bite them back. James May quote on Top Gear, pour some pussy on it. I don't think James May would have said something like that.
And Peter Kosa is passed.
That's pathetic.
If it was Peter, I'm just guessing.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Good guess. We haven't really talked much about Vladislav Bulaka and the Accuracy Motorsport car.
No, it's back up into the bronze
Accuracy.
medal position.
Esquire.
Looks like he's got
Three, I
from
think.
Bram Beelen as well, isn't he? So.
They've been going along, minding their own business and let everyone else take a tumble.
Should we go for question 10? Since everyone's saying that question 9 is a... People are either saying question 9 is dead easy or dead hard. No one has an well, I suppose it's like most of you, even though you don't.
You and I could answer on that one, so it had to be easy.
Question 10 of 20. If Gran Turismo was the game for car heaven, which game did Polyphony Digital release that was heaven for motorcycles?
I know that one, but I don't remember the name.
That's actually one I know as well.
What's it called?
No, this camera out in my ear. Sorry, I was busy cutting and pasting, I couldn't find the whisper button.
Well,
I ran out of fingers. That's what she said. Got channels.
and I don't know if you've actually seen it on the broadcast screen, but you can actually now start to make out the colors of the cars.
You can.
It's getting brighter, it's getting brighter.
And that's just all of a sudden clicked, hasn't it, actually, to be fair? Yeah, I didn't even notice anyway tonight, just all of a sudden it was there. Oh, hallelujah.
And the god stood ahead of him, and he said, "Thou shalt not drive in the darkness."
We're there again now.
Just the forum appears to be down in Race Department. I think we may have broke it. I've got an unexpected error is occurring, so I don't know what I've done.
I think it's the regular night update.
Okay.
It happens every night around this time.
Okay.
It's back up again now for me at least.
I feel so ashamed of this.
Oh, it's actually attempting something now for me, so maybe it's just having a fit. But yes, question 10. If Gran Turismo was heaven for cars, what game did Polyphony Digital release that was heaven for motorcycles? Pop down your answers with the rest of your so far, and don't forget at the end it'll be going to competitions at racedepartment.com.
I've sent to the message.
Oh, have you?
Broadcast room.
Correct.
Thank you, Roy. You're quite welcome.
I've
got
I
two.
do have this game, and I'm pretty sure actually it received its own sequel. But I've only got one of them, so yeah.
I actually tried it once, and I think it's rubbish.
Do you?
I don't like bikes.
I do struggle with bikes. You know what? I've got the it's going to give away one of the answers. It's not the Moto GP series, which has recently done a comeback on the next gen stuff. I just cannot get into the bike racing. Yeah, I keep buying them when I see them for like £2 and £3, thinking I will have a go this time and it will work. Really struggle with bike racing. Just can't do it.
You know that kind of person that sees a bike coming up in the middle of two lanes when there's a queue, well, the traffic standing still, and the person drives to the middle of the road so the bike can't go past him.
You're not just someone that would open their car door just as they're going past.
that also.
Beat Malmer into the pits from 11th position.
And I'm also the person who brakes when a motorcycle is doing a wheelie behind me. I hate motorcycle drivers.
Do I hear? Which car are we on board with? Porsche without a bunt.
I think it's still the LT United car.
That could be. Yeah, that matched the colors.
No, I'm not sure.
Is it a pace car? Because I'm not driving it.
No, it's a Porsche. I think it might be the third position GT2 car. Whose team name escapes me, and I'm not helped by the fact.
There is Motorsport GT2, I guess.
Oh, we're switching.
Now we are. Now we're with third place GT2 car. Is that second place?
For Akiri.
And Adam Egberg has taken over the wheel for the DSC Motorsports GT1 car. So they have their stints shorter. Have we actually seen anyone else in that car than Adam Egber and Lee Palmer?
Not so far, no. They must be knackered.
That's pretty tough to go out on a 24-hour event with only just 2 drivers.
There's a couple of teams doing it though. Do you remember we had someone in earlier saying
when Kashmarek
it was Brendan, wasn't it? Yeah, before they became croppers.
Yeah. The funny thing is that before the event we actually spoke about it in the meeting that we wouldn't allow less than 3 drivers. The only problem is we forgot to put it in the rules, so we can't go back on it now.
Allow it.
Well, a minor slip there.
Oh well. Next time then.
Next time, Batman. Oh, Lubchik in the wall at the carousel.
Oh dear.
Not good at all. He's made a bit of a faff of the coming back on the track as well. He's got it together now, but Roman Lubchik.
I don't think he got any damage there.
In that car for a couple of hours.
That won't help him any which way at all, unfortunately.
And that, kids, is why you have to sleep before you drive.
6 laps since his last pit stop. What's scheduled for yet? Originally, that is. Might just have to do one now, but the car seems to go at a reasonable pace. Right, that hit. Third position. Oh, Adam Egber has retired from an accident.
I'm just going back on my replay just to see what's happened actually. All I get is I just get a blank thing, but that's a shame. There's our leader Pesnicki joins, still in the lead for Sim Racing PL race board. But that now means we're down to 13, unlucky for some. And he was by far the last GT1 runner, wasn't he, at the DSC?
Yes. So there are only 6 cars left in that category. Well, it wasn't more than a lap down on Robert Wiesenmuller, actually. Vladislav Bulak has been in the pits for quite a long time, yes, and Dennis Porokniak has taken over the wheel for the Acura Sim Motors GT1 car. Brilliant. A lot of new faces then, well, new faces of drivers rejoining the race then.
A lot of old faces.
Yeah. Oh, so old.
Old faces re-scrubbed.
That's how they feel after so many hours.
I don't know how I feel after so many hours.
Almost sounded like Oscar there.
I knew it was a bad idea.
I'm still awake. What?
Well, Sam almost sounded like you when he was yawning.
Lies.
How long ago was it the last time we did the start?
Well, that's Mr. Miller's area.
Still got a while left till we restart the stream, but still got 13 teams left remaining.
I think I'll go have a chat with Adam McBeer and ask what happened.
Be interested to know. See if we can get him in for a quick chat.
Yeah, just a moment.
We had a driver swap in the Accuracy Motorsport GT2 car as well. Vladimir Kotliarski taking over the wheel.
Back in again. Name that I cannot mention because I can't really say it.
Wait, which one?
That's actually probably a very good point, to be fair. Maybe I should take elocution lessons. I should grab some water. I feel my voice is going
dry.
Thinking headache as well. I shall probably be a little bit quiet a little bit, don't mind.
Online sim racing.de car. Or he might have been there for a while without me noticing. They are going a lap further than what the Racing PL race board on car does. So it would seem.
So, a little bit of a shout out for some real motorsport this weekend. First round of the British Touring Car Championship. It'll be coming from Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. Those of you in the UK can catch it on ITV4 all day tomorrow. Or, I should say today, shouldn't I? Good lord, it is today. I don't know what you can do from everywhere else in the world. I'm sure there'll be somewhere you can find it on the web.
Or a better solution is to watch the RDTCC broadcast from, actually, Brands Hatch.
Yeah.
Waka waka waka!
And there you go. Joining us in the commentary box, it looks like we've got a certain Remco de Wilt.
No, he's not here.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
That is
Good evening, guys.
in undercover.
How's it all going?
Oh, there's still a race going on.
Yeah,
Still
absolutely.
at the moment, perhaps, but
So, Remco, what's up?
Oh, not much. Still still hanging in to watch the entire race completely, so I'm still on schedule, so that's good. And I thought I'd just jump over here and have a little talk with you guys.
Well, we have plenty of time left, so keep talking.
Well, it's been asked me a few times tonight, and if I want to say something about the coming season of the RD24H. Unfortunately, there's not much to say at this moment. We're discussing some options at the moment, what we are going to do and what we want to do. But yeah, for sure there will be another season, and we're trying to get it a little bit bigger than it was last season. Then we had 5 rounds, and we're aiming for a bit more this one. So, well, there's nothing concrete at this moment, but I hope we can make an announcement shortly after this event in the coming 1 or 2 weeks or so, and get things going on for the season 4 of the RD24H.
Well, that sounds good. Then we just have to find out who will be working on it.
Well, yeah, we'll do it with a few guys. Just like this event is also done by 3 or 4 staff members. Well, the RD24H will be a team effort also, just like this one. So
yeah,
it's a lot of work to organize such a big league. So we're probably again with 3 or 4 guys working on season 4. So I hope we can make something nice of it.
Yeah, I'd really love to be driving in season 4 of RD24H.
You're too young. You don't have driving license.
That's not technically true because I do.
Oh, damn.
Moped license.
No, I've got a normal driving license.
Although, to be fair, your Facebook photo... Sorry, I've just jumped straight in after putting my headphones on. I only heard one comment. We'll have to have a chat about you and your karting shenanigans, because that's what your picture is, if that's really you.
It is really me, don't worry.
Okay, we'll come on to that later. Sorry, I'll butt back out now. I just put on the headphones.
No,
I was like,
it's
let's
fine,
just take the Mickey out of Oscar. Sorry.
It's better whenever you feel like it, because it's always good to have conversation going.
Never. I just had to go and wake myself up by putting in the most disgusting mouthwash possible to kind of make me go, oh! And now I'll get myself back up again a little bit. So hopefully I'll be a little bit more awake. Oh, we've got Remco in. Hello.
Oh.
Good evening.
Yeah, he just announced the RD24H season 4, so...
However, he has just announced RD24H season 4 at 2:20 in the morning, so no one's actually heard.
That's the plan.
The 150 odd viewers that we've got currently on the stream.
150 at this time of day. Cannot believe it. It's really good.
I'm one of them.
From position 9, Robert Wissenberger is into the pits.
I was just saying that I really wanted to be a part of this coming season of RD24H, not necessarily as a commentator, but actually as a driver.
Pop yourself out. Have you got yourself as a licensed member on Race Department?
Yes, I've done. I'm a licensed member. I've done lots of Race Department racing. Recently won a round of the Race Department Rally Championship. Just like to put that out there.
Shush.
That's very good at getting you
because of
back
Roy.
out of the gravel.
Roy got a call for help on the final stage, so...
I had it in my fingers.
I had a call for help on stage 3.
It doesn't matter.
We both had a call for help, which means that I still would have come out in front.
It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning is winning.
Exactly, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
Call for help. What did you do? Get some kind of divine intervention?
No, what happens is if you get stuck in a ditch, you can call for help and some magic virtual people push you back out of the ditch and say, oh, by the way, that cost you 30 seconds.
Yeah, and sometimes even more.
Awesome.
And because it's realistic damage, should you go into a ditch, the whole of your suspension comes through the bonnet.
Nice.
And if you drive a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo something...
If you drive a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo, you won't get to the end of the stage.
No, because if you slide into the bank of snow, the brakes will fail.
Yeah. That was entertaining for people that chose that car.
I've driven a car once and I will never drive it again.
Why is Beyond Drift 55 seconds in the lead for online sim racing? That surely is a lot more than what it should be.
Ooh, the last lap time of Masay Pasniki was 12 minutes and 9 seconds.
I was going to say.
That's very
beyond
pit stop.
the pit stop.
Might be a double pit stop.
That's actually 3 minutes longer than the usual pit stop.
Whoa, double pit stop all the way! Whoa! I'm not sure.
The last time we saw a 12-minute lap actually was with Boy Vanderlaar, and that was when an AI took over.
Yeah, and
the last time we had a 12-minute lap ahead of that, it was the formation lap.
Yeah, where we had no AI driving.
The only lap that all starters completed.
And that was only, well, not technically, no, because well, I suppose they got across the start-finish line.
Yeah,
they disconnected.
They disconnected in the first corner. And I know Remco is really happy about that disconnections.
No comments.
Ooh, and that Celine's gone off.
P9 again.
Wissenmuller again.
Once again, he's really making a hash of that little snake corner. I don't know what the real...
That's a puncture as well.
We should be used to seeing that Celine in the wall. That's where it's been most of the race.
I'm so surprised it's still running, to be honest. Surely, I mean, we've got 80% damage on this server. When do the cars cry enough? Because a couple of them have.
Left front puncture on it as well.
Well, I remember one styrofoam car in one of the RDMS races, and the car never cries enough.
But yes, Simon, you are somewhat cautiously about my karting photo.
Yes!
I did, for roughly 8 months, do some proper, you know, club level karting in a TKM and did alright for myself doing that. And then all of the money ran out and I stopped.
Oh no.
That was a while ago. I really loved it, but something that I do every year is I volunteer to go and help run a summer camp. It's a go-karting camp for 12 to 15-year-olds.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And I did it for 4 years, and I know that my math sounds funny there, but I decided to go when I was 11 and just ruin the rules and ignore them completely, turning up a year early. And then, so I did that for 4 years, and this year will be my 2nd year of helping to run it. And the picture that you see on my profile is of me last year, no, 2 years ago even, on that camp, driving a go-kart.
So how do you get into any of that, as Robert Wiesenmuller lives life very dangerously on the edge of some of the tarmac markings on the circuit. How do you start getting into anything like that? Because I wouldn't even know where to begin if I was to start to. If I suddenly just grew a go-kart one day and was like, right, where do I go racing?
Well, one thing that I think is not just important to say with this, but with anything that you do, if you're planning on starting sim racing, but say take go-karting for instance, do your homework, do your research. I mean, find out what track you would be racing at, your local go-kart track. Find out the popular classes there, because it's far more important to make sure you enter a popular class than the fastest class, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, look at stuff like that. And then the best thing to do is really shop around to look for the best deal on a new go-kart and make sure you get everything there correctly, because obviously it's still all dictated by, you know, strict rules, and you can only have certain chassis and tyres, and you need various bits of gear and so on. It's all just about doing your homework, and as soon as you've done that, and presuming that you have money coming out of every orifice, then go-karting's a really fantastic place to start racing. I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to do it, even for a short period of time, and just get a feel for proper level competition in the real world.
And so, where did you take part in all of this?
I was racing in Junior TKM at Wilton Mill and Shennington, for anyone who is aware of those two tracks. That was all in the Midlands.
And have you recognised any names that you ever raced with since go on to do anything else anywhere else?
Not really as yet, no, but they're still in the go-kart area, and I'm sure that some of them will move on to better things, but it's sad to say that, you know, even go-karting is dictated by money.
Which is a real shame, because if you just think that that is the absolute bare minimum baseline that you have to get into just motor racing.
I mean, control tyres, control power, control engines, not a great amount of difference in chassis or anything like that. But still, if there's a set of people that have more money to put into it than another set of people, they will be going quicker.
Because that's the big story for Jensen Button, isn't it? As a racing driver, they say that the fable is that he's so good in the wet because his dad couldn't afford or didn't have the money to actually buy wet weather tyres, so he had to learn how to master the wet in dry weather tyres, and that's what's made him kind of a master in those conditions.
Well, interestingly, on the subject of wet conditions, I did my the majority of my testing before I took my test. As we see,
Robert goes off the track again.
Similar, back off into the wall. I did the majority of my testing and then the license test for my go-kart in pretty wet conditions, plenty of standing water. And you know, obviously you struggle with all the normal things, but most people I was racing against, their go-karts had clutches in, to which meant that the kart wouldn't stall as often if you span it, or it made it a bit more drivable. The kart I had, because we went for the absolute baseline, didn't have a clutch in it, so the power was immediately at your foot, and you had to give it a push start, a jump start. So when I went out in the wet, although we did have proper groove tyres, I had to actually drive the kart around the track a lot more, because as soon as I put my foot on the throttle, the rear end was kicking out, because all of the power was immediately there, it wasn't bled in at all. So I got very good in wet conditions myself, and started getting very quick when it was pouring down with rain.
So, how long would a go-karting season last then? I'm so out of touch with all of the baseline stuff.
Club racing goes on, every month of the year. And pretty much any conditions as well.
And obviously you've got the classes and systems that work out. Because is it Kimi Raikkonen took, I think it was 19 single-seater races before he was placed in Formula 1. Obviously he'd done quite a lot of go-karting, I think it was before that, but is there anything particularly karting-wise that you would specifically look out for to win so that people can say, right, you've arrived?
There's no real way to do it. I mean, getting noticed is extremely difficult. And again, you're more likely to get noticed if you're backed by a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's horribly disappointing to see that when you do go to these club events, the people who turn up with lots of money and a spare chassis and 4 sets of tyres, you know, they'll probably go quicker because of their equipment's a bit better, but then, you know, also, because they've got all that money behind them, go-karting teams are a lot more interested in having their input into their team. So being a sort of like a one-man crew turning up and doing well doesn't mean a great deal, because it's more important to people that you've got the money backing you up, even at that level. And that's what killed me off. I mean, I was literally the bottom of the pile. I was the person there who turned up with the least money and the least equipment. But, you know, it didn't mean that I didn't try and give them a run for their money.
No.
I always tried.
But if it's not an uneven playing field to start with, you're fighting a losing battle from the word go, and that's unfortunate. So it does seem that money does make the world go round. It certainly greases a few hands, feet and elbows to get deals in motion. What is that man doing? What is Delatraz doing?
But yeah, that said, anyone who does have the money to do go-karting or motorsports, and anyone who was on here earlier and heard Maurice talking about it, Maurice Sondag I think it was, talking about his new motorsport ventures, if ever you get the chance or the money or the opportunity to go and do that sort of thing, then definitely do, because it's still the best thing that I've ever done. I miss it greatly, and yeah, that's why I still watch motorsport now. It's why I still you know, do the sim racing and things like that. It's just because having done the racing myself, there's nothing that beats it. No other sport can beat the adrenaline rush, the concentration or the skill required. There's so much going on, but it's just fantastic. I can't recommend anything more.
Would you ever consider doing one of those like little track days?
Yeah, straight away, as soon as I could, you know. I mean, I still go higher karting at, you know, indoor tracks as often as I can, because it's just, I miss it too much. I can't spend too much time out of a go-kart anymore. you just get withdrawal symptoms. You need to get back in there, and because the whole concept of having no seatbelt and flying around at, you know, X miles per hour, about an inch off the ground, is just, it's wonderful.
I sound like I want to sign myself up now. Actually, funny enough, I go to and from a certain journey around London to visit my other half, and then as I come out from where I live in Harlow, Essex, there's a kart track right next to the rail place in Hoddesdon. It does just look like a little tiddly little go-kart track, but I've never been, and I'm desperate to try it. So it's creeping up of my lists of next things to do before I turn 30. So it's going to happen. So I shall keep everyone up to date with progress. No, I know I can't use a controller on that. That's the problem, see. I'd be much better at driving in day-to-day life if, instead of a steering wheel, there was just like a PS3 controller. I could deal with that. That would be fine. Yeah, respawn button.
If you do go karting then, Simon, one thing I'm going to put forward to you now is that...
lose some weight?
No.
Oh.
So if you're doing higher karting, being heavier is an advantage.
Awesome.
Because they're sort of limited to a certain amount of power, but the power they have is all gutsy low-end stuff, so it can pull any weight you want to the same speed.
Oh, okay. That sounds like
And
a
having
challenge.
more weight actually pushes the tyres into the ground a lot more, so makes you more grippy.
Okay, I just thought it'd just make it horribly sluggish, and I'd have a lot of ballast floating around everywhere.
I remember when my uncle first took me karting when I must have been about 10. And it's an indoor place which is already quite low on grip. I must have weighed about 7.5 stone. And it was nothing in this go-kart. And so, whilst I could probably hit my corners a bit better and brake a bit later than my uncle could, he had so much grip and I was just skating all over the shop. couldn't hold the thing on the road.
Is this big or small stones?
Huh?
You said you weighed 7.5 stone. Is this big or small stones?
Oh, sorry, I've forgotten. I'm using British silly systems of measurement that, 12s, 14s, and 16s.
Is it like a mountain, or is it like those small ones you find in your driving yard?
I think it's somewhere between 40 and 45 kilos.
What?
I know. That's like the size of my right arm.
Don't
Not good
worry.
at all.
Don't worry. I weigh 61 kilos now. I've put on a bit.
Oh, woo.
I'm 88 kilos.
I don't even...
Excuse the laughter, but Simon Melhuish is turning into a comedian this morning.
What?
Late hours of the day. We can't repeat that on air. We're barely allowed to go off any vague subject matter, let alone start mentioning naughty words.
I know.
Hey, text me.
If we do go off the topic too much or swear too often, we actually get executed.
Executed, not circumcised. Robert Wiesenmuller is proper off-road rallying his car around. I do fear for the Roaring Pipe Maniacs' survival in the rest of this race, because they really are struggling to keep it on the black stuff. We should also be coming up for a restart quite soon, I'd have thought. We might have to do that and come back onto the broadcast in a smidgy poo. Matt Cox in the chat room actually has put commentary team. If you're reading this, no, his name is Matt Cox. I wasn't just randomly spewing out.
In the chat room.
Anyway, he's popped. I'm too old to make it now, but the conversation that's going on now is the reason why if I ever won the lottery, I'd sponsor someone. Can I have a pre-entry into being sponsored?
Can I have a better pre-entry because I'm younger?
Actually, yeah, and you'd be a bit more capable than I would.
Well, that's debatable.
I'll be your PR bitch. That'll do.
Simon Melhuish could be my engineer.
That's true, because he actually has stuff.
That's his actual job, and he could do it for me.
I'll just be your PR.
Your PR.
Yeah. I can just do lots of things.
Be better than Lewis Hamilton's, wouldn't you?
Exactly. Problem is with Lewis Hamilton is if I was his PR, I'll just remove his voice box.
Are you not a Hammy fan?
No. I'd rather have Hammy the Hamster, or even Hammy the Hamster off Top Gear than him in Lewis Hamilton. Most dislikable person this side of Michael Schumacher.
I like Lewis Hamilton.
Why?
Granted, his personality is nothing special. I will give you that much. But
it's nothing.
But Formula 1 is not about the personality of the driver, it's about the driver. And he shows more spirit and fight than anyone else out there. And I like that. It reminds me of people like Senna.
Not a word, but
it's not a word, sorry.
It's he may have overtaken more drivers than anyone else out there potentially, but Still.
Yeah. Braking,
Sorry?
braking, braking, get to the corner, full on sideways. Just gonna throw this question out there to Jonathan Ockerlinth. See, I get there. It's always the second time that I do it. It's the second time. You got to give me a couple of attempts. And Ole Mervold are talking about something called bill cross. Would you mind explaining to me what that is?
I can actually send you a video.
Fantastic.
Because I am driving Vilcross. If you were... Sorry, Roy. If you were supposed to explain it, you would call it banger racing.
Oh.
Just a moment, I'll find my video. I actually posted it earlier. There we go. I posted in the chat.
And so how much does this cost?
Not that much actually. It's hard to say how much it costs in the British pound, but Norwegian money, the car is supposed to cost, if you buy it in a race, 9,000 kroner. But then you have to put in your own driving seat and window harness. And also you have to buy the driving equipment, like racing suit, helmet, shoes, gloves, and all that.
Yes.
Omar supposedly wrote something.
It looks like you're having far too much fun in that video.
Oh, I'm having so much fun. That little Mazda is a 1.8 liter with 136 horsepower.
It's a 323, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. They're good little cars, them 323s.
Yeah, I've driven mine for 6 races and I haven't had to change any parts. I just had to pull out the front a couple times.
I'm guessing this is a non-contact sport that is in fact a contact sport.
Oh no. This is contact sport. This is contact sport. The first part here is actually a hill climb within the same track that we're racing on. The second part is from racing.
Yeah, I need to get me a go at this.
Yeah, when Remco was watching the video a while ago, he wanted to drive this so bad. So I said to him, if you come to Norway, I will lend you the car.
If I come to Norway, will you lend me the car?
Yeah, sure.
I'm buying a plane ticket now. I'm just going to go on the internet. And
okay. Ryanair's quite cheap. Hi, Remco.
Hi, sorry, back again.
Why, sorry?
Yeah, I left.
Welcome, you know.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I left, so no worries.
As you might see, Oscar, there's a big variety in the cars.
Yeah, there appears to be some sort of Volvo lad that can't go over 20 miles per hour.
Yeah. That Volvo is actually a Volvo with a 2.7 liters rally engine. The only problem is the girl who is driving is 16 years old and this is her first race. She just lended the car off her father.
But it's got a rally engine, just put your foot down and pray it works.
Yeah, but she was so scared driving it.
We've got new fastest lap in GT2 from Peter Corsa. Very, very impressive there, especially as it's still pretty dark.
So, we're coming to the end of this little section of the broadcast. We're going to take a quick break and reboot the stream. We'll be back with you shortly for the next couple of hours here on this 24-hour around the Nordschleife, courtesy of racedepartment.com and simrace.tv.
You weren't there, man!